You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
5 o'clock.
From the Nationwide News Network, comprehensive, incisive, tough. This is Nationwide at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Cannon. Coming up in the news for this Saturday, January 10, 2026, Petrojam now pumping over 20,000 litres of fuel to generate electricity for a field hospital in Westmoreland. Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, says over 50% of the city's hotels have reopened. National Secondary Students' Council urges school administrators to involve students in decision-making process regarding the future of CSEC and CAPE exams. On the international scene, Iran medics say hospitals are overwhelmed with dead and injured protesters. And in sport, Egypt beat Ivory Coast in Africa Cup of Nations quarterfinals thriller. The details after this.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Petrojam Limited says it's pumping over 20,000 litres of fuel to generate electricity for the Savannah Mar Field Hospital in Westmoreland. The major initiative got underway in December last year. So far, the company has delivered almost 800 hours of continuous supply of electricity to the health facility. The field hospital is staffed by a team of local medics and a contingent from the Barbados Defence Force who erected the facility. Emergency Medical Team Commander of the force, Anderson Goodrich, says the fuel donation ensured the continuous functioning of essential medical equipment, transportation and power generation. In addition to the refueling initiative, Petrojam says it has provided logistic support to US-based charity Fuel Relief Fund. Petrojam says it has assisted the fund with their distribution of emergency supplies of gasoline and cooking gas to the Falmouth Field Hospital in Trelawney and several communities in St. James and Westmoreland. Effective Monday, January 12, the Transport Authority says it will begin motor vehicle examinations in preparation for the renewal of road licenses, which will expire on March 31 this year. The authority says the examinations are to facilitate the timely submission of road license applications at the start of the 2026-27 road licensing period on February 1. The Transport Authority says the early start is part of its push to provide convenient and efficient service to customers. Managing Director of the Transport Authority, Ralston Smith, is urging customers to take advantage of the online licensing application process. He is also reminding private passenger vehicle PPV operators and new applicants that they must meet the approved Transport Authority standards and requirements in order to receive a road license. These include color coding, exterior markings and updated motor vehicle documents accessible from the Island Traffic Authority and Tax Administration Jamaica portals. Mr. Smith is urging all PPV operators to get in line early and complete the license application process. He says this will avoid the possibility of prosecution for non-renewal of a road license. The Transport Authority says applications after March 31 will attract a late fee. Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, says over 50% of the city's hotels have reopened. This follows the distribution of the tourism product across the parish following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. That should be the disruption of the tourism product across the parish following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Mayor Vernon gave the update at a sitting of the St. James Municipal Corporation on Thursday.
Approximately 55% of hotels in Montego Bay are now open, with occupancy levels between 55 and 60%. In the cruise sector, there have been 16 calls, the arrival of cruise ships since Hurricane Melissa, compared with 27 calls for the same period last year. These figures, recorded 2 months after a Category 5 hurricane, underscore both ongoing disruption and notable recovery momentum across accommodation and port operation.
The tourism sector was widely impacted by the Category 5 system. The sector saw destruction of several properties and a pause to many tourism activities. However, it quickly recovered, with the sector recording over 300,000 visitors to the island after it was reopened on December 15. Mayor Vernon says the corporation intends to fast-track rebuilding approvals to allow further reopening of more facilities.
The corporation has publicly committed to fast-track approvals process to accelerate reconstruction of damaged hotels. This commitment includes streamlining permitting, prioritized inspections, and coordinated interagency support to reduce administrative delays. Fast-track approvals are intended to shorten timelines for rebuilding, enable earlier reopening of rooms and facilities, and restore capacity more rapidly than conventional processes would allow.
Richard Vernon, Mayor of Montego Bay. Meanwhile, Mayor Vernon announced that the extended grant market saw over 300 million Jamaican dollars being circulated throughout the city's vending district. The corporation made the move to initially run the annual grant market for 16 days to boost revenue generation. It began on December 15 and will close off this Sunday, January 11, signaling a further extension.
The extended grant market acted as a rapid, high-impact economic intervention for Montego Bay. It injected substantial cash, accelerated recovery for many affected vendors, and concentrated benefits in time and among specific vendor groups. The grant market was a lifeline for many of these people. Nearly $388 million circulated through Montego Bay, the vending population, over this extended period.
Richard Vernon, Mayor of Montego Bay. The National Secondary Students' Council, NSSC, is urging school administrators to involve students in the decision-making process regarding the future of Caribbean Examination Council CXC's CSEC and CAPE exams. CXC has offered schools in areas affected by Hurricane Melissa a modified assessment approach to the upcoming CXC examinations. Director of Operations at CXC, Dr. Nicole Manning, made the announcement on Wednesday.
Schools in Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney and St. Anne will have the opportunity, that flexibility that our registrar spoke about, to do either the full normal standard assessment or the modified approach. There's a system in place. We will work with our local registrar to ensure that we can identify these schools and we will manage accordingly. The submissions from the schools will be required by January 14th. So by January 14th, we will know the schools will be doing the full normal assessment versus the modified approach.
Dr. Nicole Manning, Director of Operations at CXC. The modified approach includes allowing schools to use only Paper 1 and the school-based assessments SBAs. Under normal circumstances, the format would see students doing Paper 1, Paper 2 and the SBA. In a statement on Friday, the NSSC says it welcomes the initiative for schools negatively affected by Melissa, but the council says the decision must be made through consultation with students who will sit the exam. The NSC says the consultation can be done via surveys and meetings with student representative bodies. It says by engaging student councils and other bodies, CXC will promote transparency while ensuring decisions reflect the challenges faced by students as the education sector works towards restoring normality. The Jamaica Public Service Company Limited, JPS, is raising a fake news alert concerning a video and link claiming that the Light and Power Company is creating a program to increase income for Jamaicans. As part of the scam, persons are being enticed to invest $40,000 in the program. Persons are being warned not to click on any link or fill out any form associated with the program. JPS is also warning the public that they should verify information using official JPS channels only. And now to news on the international scene. Staff at 3 hospitals in Iran have told the BBC their facilities are overwhelmed with dead or injured patients as major anti-government protests continue. The medic at one Tehran hospital said there were direct shots to the heads of the young people, to their hearts as well, while a doctor said an eye hospital in the capital had gone into crisis mode. 2 of the medical workers who spoke to the BBC said they treated gunshot wounds from both live ammunition and pellets. On Friday, the US repeated that killing protesters would be met with military responses. Iran blamed the US for turning peaceful protests into what it called violent subversive acts and widespread vandalism. And now to sport. Record 7-time champions Egypt beat holders Ivory Coast in a thrilling quarter-final match at the Africa Cup of Nations. That's 2025. Omar Marmoush slots in to put the North American in front. Well, he did that early on, but Rami Rabia, he doubled the lead with a header from Mohamed Salah's corner. The Ivorians, they pulled one back before the break as Ahmed Fatou had turned a free kick into his own net. Salah restored the 2-goal advantage after tucking away Ashores Ball across. Well, Egypt, they will now face the 2021 champion Senegal in the semi-finals. That will be on Wednesday. And the final score in that match, it was Egypt 3, the Ivory Coast 2. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at this hour. Petrojam now pumping over 20,000 litres of fuel to generate electricity for Field Hospital in Westmoreland. Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, says over 50% of the city's hotels have reopened. The National Secondary Students' Council urges school administrators to involve students in the decision-making process regarding the future of CSEC and CAPE exams. You can find the news on our website at rivernews.ai and on the River News app available on Google Play and the App Store. Use this next at 5 tomorrow afternoon. Good afternoon.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
The Nationwide 90 FM.
Yeah. Life. Celebrate life. One more year pandemic. Celebrate life. One more year pandemic. Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Yeah. One more year pandemic. Yeah. Go on a vibe. Give thanks for life. Next year we doing it again. Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Whoa. One more year pandemic. Yeah. More life to you, can we there till the end. Real from the heart, no pretend. Big birthday, bash. If I ever on the ground, dig splash. Give thanks for your life, oh gosh. Watch it, they make me go dip in at the stash. Drink and smoke. Turn up the sound box. Girl, them a bubble to the max. Everything well, cool and relaxed. So we send out the location. They a pass spot. We a pop champagne non-stop, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Yeah. One more year pandemic. Yeah. Go on a vibe.